Hello. Now I've decided to do a walk through my 78th Lenormand deck. This is the box. It's in Spanish. Why I cannot say, but it is in Spanish. This is the box. The publisher is Lo Scarabeo from Italy. The drawings are from Ernest Fitzpatrick. Okay. This thing is a card with some content information of the publisher with other decks which they had published. Okay, so here it is, the deck itself. This is the back. You see the card is glossy because it reflects my lightning, and the cardstock is average, I think, normal-ish for a tarot card. This is the back, and you can see it has a lot of details. You see how beautiful it is. Very elaborate design in my opinion. It has borders. And here are the cards themselves. It's in 6 languages, you see here. By the way, each card has this green frame around it. So, something interesting about this deck is that it is very similar to the Gypsy Sibylla decks, really. And speaking from historical point of view, Lenormand, Maria Lenormand, she was taught to foresee the future using cards by gypsies. This is why there are some certain connections. Interesting about this deck is Rider-Waite-Smith deck oriented, like the design of the card is very similar. You can see the Fool, the Judgment, the Justice. You see, it has some Rider-Waite design, and also it follows the Rider-Waite-Smith tradition of all the suits, arrangements, and those kind of stuff. It doesn't have any extra cards. Okay, the art, I really love it because it shows great amount of detail. A lot of detail is put into it. Let me focus. You see, you can see a lot of things. So it's really a beautiful deck, in my opinion. I had one funny story with this deck. One of my clients, from a long time ago actually, she called me and she was very upset about her work. And then I remember she said, please, what's going on? I need some advice and help. And as far as I can recall exactly, I told her that she will have some problems in her work, and probably she'll have to change the work or she'll be fired. Yes, I know it's bad news. I told her that on the phone, and probably 15 minutes after, she called me and she said, oh my god, I don't know how you saw that, but just I got fired. And I was like, are you messing with me? She says, unfortunately I'm not. So because of this, a very unhappy situation, she said, which she asked me which cards I'm using, because she has some knowledge of tarot. She loves, reading with tarot, but she's not experienced really, in my opinion. And she asked me which deck I'm using. I told her that I use my Lenormand cards, and from that moment on, she's constantly asking me for advice with this beauty. Okay. Something interesting about the deck is that the Empress and the Emperor card are Napoleon and his spouse Josephine. So this is her. This is Josephine. And soon we should find Napoleon somewhere in this deck. As you can see, the cards, the images are very self-explanatory. The colors are very bright, very subtle. I love this deck. And this is one of the decks which I'm using really often. I don't use it that much. I don't know why, but whenever I use this deck I feel really happy because it gives me answers with quite a consistency. So I love this one. It's a very beautiful deck. The devil is an interesting card, you know, like the Bible scene from Eden. Also, this deck is packed with symbolism, in my opinion. Very rich, extremely rich. So, it's a good deck to use, and this is why I suggest you all, if you manage to find it, use it. You will be very pleasantly surprised of the consistency of this deck. And I'm serious here. So you see a lot of beautiful colors, the images are very beautiful, even the tower is interesting, and here he is, Napoleon. Yep, that's him. The guy who wanted to rule entire Europe. Okay, we don't have much cards, a couple of left I think. And so this is it, my 78th card Lenormand deck. Very beautiful deck, packed with symbolism, consistent, and I highly recommend using it. And I wish you to be happy, prosperous, enjoying life, and to be relaxed.